Yo, what up? It's your boy. You already know. I got here my thoughts on Until Dawn. So the story of Until Dawn, guys, is the first half of this game is like a typical generic, Friday 13th. I know what you did last summer. Them 90s, early 2000 movies. It's real generic. A bunch of teenagers and in a cabin, and there's a killer on the loose. So that's where some other reviewers get it wrong and pass this game up and say, "Oh, it's a generic game." But no, that might be the first half, but the second half of this game is way more deeper than you anticipated, guys. Way more deeper, man. The beginning of this game is a group of friends in a cabin. They're all out, having a good time, vacation, all snowy mountains and everything. And they play a prank on these two girls, Hannah and Beth. And Hannah doesn't take it so well, and she she runs out. They videotape her, and she runs out of the damn cabin into the snow where it's like 20 under -20 degree weather. And throughout the whole time, you're like seeing this, the camera orange, and you're seeing this person chasing her the whole time. And Beth, her sister, goes after her. And they arrive near a cliff because they keep getting chased. Um, and you have a decision to make. And every decision in this game is literally life or death. Because every decision is very important to this game. I mean, the way this game ended is differently from what you guys will play. I mean, what I mean by that is you get to play as these characters in these games, but you decide the fates of these characters. So my end all goal is different than your finale. My finale is different than your finale, all based on your decisions, which I love about this game, and I'll definitely go more into it. But anyways, back to the story. Um, they're near the cliff, Hannah and Beth, and you have a decision to make, a very important decision, either to let go, and you're like you fell off, you're like falling off a cliff. There's this guy with a mask and heavy coat. You think he's the killer, and you have a decision to make, a very important one. You either let go or take his hand. And you know nothing about the rest of this game because obviously this is the first chapter. So in my mind, I'm thinking if I take his hand, he's gonna chop me up, he's gonna peel my skin, he's gonna torture me. It's some saw shit, you know what I mean? So I let go. So I killed Hannah and Beth, and that changed everything. See, every decision is based upon your own. So that practically begun the game. Okay, so like 1 year later, after Hannah and Beth death, they reunite. Pretty much just to just have a good time. They haven't seen each other over 1 year because it's been 1 year since their death. And like a maybe generic type of story or movie, I should say. It seems like one by one, there's a killer out there and he's ready to kill them one by one. And that's the first half of this game, guys. The second half of this game, you find out that the killer is actually Hannah and Beth's his brother, which is one of their friends in the group. And so that's what I'm saying. Josh in this game is actually playing a killer. And you found out through the second half of this game that the real killer of this whole thing is the Wendigos. And the Wendigos is a human mutated like creature that it's like, I don't even know what the F it is. It's like a zombie Hills Have Eyes type of creature from the caves, from the mines. And that's another story within itself. And like back in the 1950s, some regular old miners came in this property, where the cabin is, and it came to mine. Little did they know that the Wendigos were there, and by mining and mining, they pretty much released the Kraken, and the whole place collapsed, and some survived. But when those people survived, those miners survived, and it was a whole thing. They got rescued, everything. They went to the sanatorium, and in the sanatorium, it's a place for the chronic illness, mentally unstable, and they were under 24-hour surveillance, and they noticed that they had they started to have what do you call mental changes and physical changes. They start growing fangs and their skin became like armor, and everything started changing physically, and first it was mentally they became unstable, then physically they became unstable, and that's pretty much how the whole Wendigo thing came about. And that's really when the game takes off, and just you explore so much things of in the cave, in the mine, the sanatorium, the whole cabin, the layers of the basement. I mean, the hotel in the cabin, just everything around this property you investigate. So it's overall the story, man. I really like. The story to me was really good. Um, Yeah, man. Overall, I like the story, guys. It wasn't Last of Us type of story. It wasn't, the most amazing story I ever witnessed. But it was an overall good experience. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I mentioned, I think a lot of reviewers put this game off because the first half is like a generic story, about killer on the loose and trying to cut up young teenage girls. But the second half becomes way more deeper. And I promise you guys, the experience of this game is well worth the $60. And that's coming from your boy. But yeah, as far as the gameplay goes, it's actually really good, guys. Yeah, it's all about timing. The buttons pop up, square, triangle, circle. You have to time it just right because it's on a time. You know what I mean? You got to time it just right. And that's what I love about this game, guys. You literally, the hands of these characters are literally in your hands. I mean, the decisions you have to make you have to make them real quick, guys. Literally, it's life or death. You pressing square could literally kill them or make them live longer. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about it. That's what this gameplay provides. It's not only like a movie game that you get to play, but it's literally a game that you make. I mean, like I said, everybody's story is gonna be different. Everybody's beginning, everybody's middle, and end will be different based upon your decisions. So with the whole, buttons appearing on the screen, and what I liked the most was that I had an icon on the screen was a PlayStation light bar from your controller, and if you moved it, had a potential of being killed because that's at the end of the Wendigos. If you're still, they can't see you. So if you move that controller guy just for a tiny bit, they slash in your throat. So I love that really about the game. And there's other dynamics. You're running. It's kind of like the Uncharted. You're running and you have to press square and triangle. So overall, I would say the gameplay and the mechanics is overall good. It's real fluid. The cutscenes from the gameplay are real fluid. And yeah, other than that, then pressing left or right, it's really good. The swiping, you use the touchpad as swiping if you're reading a book, if you're reading a journal. Overall, guys, I would say the gameplay is really good. Alright, guys, as far as the graphic goes, it's actually really good. If you guys didn't know, this game was actually supposed to come out for the PS3, but in the whole development process, it took a long time, and of course, it came out for the PS4. And that's actually a really good timing, man, because I could not see myself playing with that PlayStation Move controller, man. With the whole light bar and the touchpad and other mechanics, they really implemented the gameplay really good and really made the graphics in the game look flawless. I mean, Hayden Panettiere, You know, the villain from Constantine, I keep forgetting this dude's name, and a lot of the other characters in this game look exactly like the real life self. So as far as graphics, it's seamlessly, man. It looks beautiful. It's the snowy mountains, it's that snowy environment. I mean, no complaints as far as my end. So graphics, definitely two thumbs up, man. But yeah, guys, overall, I had a great time, man. The experience was definitely worth the $60. I had a lot of fun with the story, investigating clues, and you know, making decisions for these characters. Some you really like, some you really don't like. So it doesn't matter if they die. You know, that's every story. Some characters you relate to, some characters you don't. Some you don't relate at all, but some you have a little compassion towards. But overall, guys, I would say I really like this game. I know may say this about a lot of games, guys. And this might not be the most amazing game ever. But to me, like I said, the experience, the story had a lot of layers. To me, guys, it definitely gives a two thumbs up because I definitely will be playing this again, man. I definitely will pop in the disc and I definitely will be playing this. I love the story, man. I definitely want to go back and play certain like aspects of this game, like in the cave or more in the sanatorium or more in the cabin. You know, there was never a dull moment in my opinion. I mean, literally, like every walk and every location you kept exploring in this game just kept me intrigued. I just kept. I mean, that's why I spent 5 hours, guys. Spent 5 hours live streaming this game. Yes, I said it, guys. Close to 5 hours I put from finishing chapter 4 to chapter 8. That's how intrigued I was. 5 hours of live streaming this game. How can you not be intrigued, guys? I mean, I loved it, man. Overall, guys, I loved it, and I definitely will be playing this again, man. Definitely want to give a huge shout out to everybody at PlayStation who made this game because, yeah, man, I enjoyed it overall. Like I said, some, you know, will beg to differ and say, oh, it's a generic game and this and that, but you know, you have to play it from beginning to end, man. Because I don't believe you if you played the whole game. I don't believe you saying this was a waste or this was all generic. Like, I don't know what you on, or you're probably rushing this game for your review, but to me, it was awesome, man. It was awesome, and I just every time I got close to revealing the killer and finding out clues, and then about the Wendigo, and then about the miners, and especially the chapter with the sanatorium, man, there's definitely some Outlast type vibes. This game definitely has like layers of Outlast. Another amazing game. Spoiler alert, but at the end of the credits of this game, you actually get to see Josh turn in to a Wendigo. So that implicates that there definitely will be a Until Dawn 2. And yeah, they are making Until Dawn, I believe, spin-off for the PlayStation virtual reality experience. So that should be good, I guess. I don't know if I'll be buying that for that specific game, but that definitely will be a cool experience. But yeah, guys, overall, hope you guys have enjoyed my review on Until Dawn. And yeah, man, share your thoughts and opinions down below. See you guys on the next one. Yeah.